pictures of your pets, right, all the time. But what if you wanted to paint a portrait instead?
That'd be really cool. Mary Jane Erard can help us do just that this Saturday. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us today.
I'm so happy to be here.
I have you at the table this morning because we're going to look at some great artwork. So let's start with this here.
Okay.
So is this an example of what people will be able to do when they come to the workshop?
Right. Yeah, I painted this.
Beautiful. And is this your guy or is this whose pet is it?
It's sort of a compilation of all my dogs. Yeah, I used to have 3 Jack Russells.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So this is, look at how cute he is.
He's adorable.
Very, very cute.
Peeking around that
and that's my deck.
Very good. So that's just an example of what people will be able to do when they come
exactly.
Yeah.
So explain the process of how we can go from snapping that picture on our phone to making it look like this.
Right.
Not all of us are artists or...
Right.
No,
and this class is for everybody.
Okay, good.
Whatever your skill level is. So I have people bring in a color photo of their animal and then a black and white image of their animal, just large enough to center onto paper, like so, because this will be the surface we're working on. So we do a little bit of a transfer. Instead of spending a lot of time drawing it, it's not a drawing class per se. We're creating the pet portrait. We want it to look like the pet, so we transfer it onto the paper with a little transfer paper, and it takes like, what, 5 minutes? And then we do an underpainting with watercolor, and I think a lot of people, especially in Toledo area, have skills with watercolors. Yeah. And if you don't, it's not a big deal. You can be sloppy. This is kind of sloppy. And we just build up the colors with the watercolor, and then we come in and, like with this particular painting, we finish up with soft pastel. And we use a little bit of pastel pencil, and whatever I've got, acrylics and watercolor markers and pencils. So those sorts of things will really build up your painting and whatever you feel more comfortable with.
Look how cute these are. These are some examples.
Yeah, that's my Jack Russell.
So yeah, what inspired you to say, I want to offer this workshop and I want to do this pet portrait?
Well, someone asked me from, I don't know if people will remember Prism, but Prism was an art organization in Toledo, and somebody said, hey, we're interested in having you teach pastel portrait classes. And I said, okay, well, let me see if I can even actually do it. And this is what I came up with. And I said, well, yeah, you know what? I can do this. And so I teach regularly landscapes in pastel. And so I thought that this would be a really easy way to incorporate portraitures of our pets with pastel, and just do it the similar way that I would do my my landscapes. So this is exactly how I would handle a landscape, but these are the pets.
Yeah, I was wondering because I saw those landscape photos that we were just showing. And I was wondering if it was the same process because a landscape you can maybe adjust it a little bit more, but your pet has to look
be a little
like
bit more perfect.
So that process of kind of those fine details, how do you find that balance and kind of that freedom that art can give you?
Right. So I'm more of an impressionistic landscape painter. Most people don't want an impressionistic pet. So we just get a little tighter with it. We use a little bit of pencil. So if you come, I don't know if you want to show this closely, like in the whisker areas, you can see where there's like a little bit more detail. And that's just from pencil. So wherever you see a little bit more whisker and hair, that's pencil, and there's some other utensils that we can use to draw out the whiskers and the fur to make it look more realistic. And it's just a little bit more time on task, that's all.
Now, how long have you been painting and doing art? And also, can we see some of your other paintings locally?
Oh, sure. I've been painting since I was really young. My father, my grandfather were artists, and my dad taught me to watercolor and oil paint. So I've just been keeping up with it. And in the past 10 years, I've been teaching. So I feel like, it's really come full circle. So I love the pets, and so it's just come together. People can see my artwork at the Toledo Museum of Art in the Collector Corner Gallery, and at Art and Market Shops, where the class is on Saturday. I have some of my work in Jim Zalewski's art gallery. So
And I think, do you have any for sale at Stella's right now? The restaurant?
Oh yeah, I do. Have you seen that?
So you could, you could pop down there, see them, buy them if you want to support.
You can actually spend time with my paintings, have a drink, and take a look at it and see if maybe you want it in your living room.
Yes.
Right.
So for people who want to come and do the pet workshop, how does that work? Do you have spots available? How do they register?
We have spots available. If you've got my information that they can find online, they can just give me a message and I can sign them up. Easy enough. And you take payment in class. It's $45, and I think that's a pretty good deal because you get all the supplies, the specialty paper for the pastel. And so,
and of course your guidance, which is good.
My guidance,
I would have no idea. I would have no idea. And are people excited when they see their pets?
Oh my gosh, yes.
You know, on these portraits?
Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun to even just be in the class to see what people create. So
I can only imagine. We have a big, his name is Poppy, he's a big fluffy guy, and my daughter's bestie. So I can only imagine how much fun she would have with putting him on.
Young kids, if they come with parents, are welcome.
I was just going to ask if kids are able to be there, so as long as you know, somebody's there to kind of help and guide.
Sure, and I go from student to student, so if you need a little bit more of my help, then you get it. If you don't, then we just skip over and we just pay attention to what you're doing to make sure you're going on the right track.
We don't want you going off the rails. She's going to keep you in line. And tell us where this is happening again.
So this is at Art on Market Shops, which is in downtown Toledo. This Saturday. It's right next to the Libby Glass Outlet. Most people know where that is. Farmers Market. And so there's a series of artist studios, and I'm going to be in Jim Zalewski's studio, and I have one on the 25th of March at Art Supply Depot.
So just in case maybe you can't make this one.
This Saturday, right. This
you
is
do
short
them pretty
notice
regularly.
for you. About every quarter I give this class.
Very good. Well, thank you so much
I'm
for
glad to be
coming in
here.
today and for sharing your work. We appreciate it.
Thank you.